Good morning. This work is in charge of Maria Aldana, Paola Fernandez, and Carolina Martinez. International History of Occupational Hill and Safety. Old Age Egypt, 4000 before Christ. Various embalmers, weapons manufacturers, and special laws to do their job and avoid war accidents. The protection measures were given by the parade and were implemented in the big cities with real workshop. Mesopotamia, 2000 before Christ. The social security aspect are seen in the legal code, which was created by King Hammurabi, and in the name of thinking was later called the Code of Hammurabi. This code unifies the laws of the Babylonian peoples, engraving them on a stone as symbol of strength, so that all citizens can obtain rings and duties. Grecia, 1000 before Christ. A society of slave social economic formation was established. This system made possible the appearance of great cultures such as the Greek state, the Roman Empire, developing Greece, the ideal space for intellectual development, while in Rome the space was for war. Hippocrates, 4th century before Christ, father of modern medicine, he described lean poisoning as an occupational disease.
Pliny, 17 to 79 after Christ. It describes a number of occupational diseases which it classifies self-disease when referring to workers in manufactories and mining. He comments on the use of pies of line respirators by the refiners of minimum mercury is red sulfate. Middle age, 1453 after Christ. At this time, the states are formed and halts on the responsibility of protecting the citizens, circumstance that later founded the Branch of Public Health. Allen Bock, 1473. It indicates that the vapors of some metals can't be dangerous, describes the symptomatology of industrial poisoning, which led a mercury testing prevented measures. George Agricola, 1556. Physicians and naturalists wash grades. There are metallica reconciles that the aspiration of some particular produced asthma and ulceration. In the look describes how in some mining areas of the Carpath Mountains, women go to marry up to 7 times for sport life of their husbands due to the increment of work.
Paracelso, 1560. The Dr. Paracelsus published a work entitled The Disease and Other Diseases of the Miners, where he describes several pneumoconiosis, and it is said that possibly he himself did because of one of them. Because during his childhood he worked for more of 15 years in Amin. Bernardo Ramazzini, 1700. Published the first book that can be considered as a complete treatise of occupational. This is with the name of from Morbis Artificum Diatribe, describing there a great variety of diseases related to professions hitherto known. 1784. An epidemic of fever in cotton yarn factories near Manchester prompted the development of the first action for security by the government enacted the attention of an influential public about the exploitation of children. 1795. The Manchester Chamber of Health was formed, which advised on legislation to regulate the hours and conditions of work in the factories.
1811. NET-LUDT developed a movement to protest the inhuman treatment and work. 1841. The mining law was enacted, which determines punitive compensation for foreseeable injuries caused by unprotected mine machinery. 1802. Edwin Chadwin gave rise to a study entitled Report on the Health Conditions of the Working Population in Great Britain. This work was the basis of the reform in the 19th century in Europe and the United States.
1898. Efforts are made to establish the economic responsibility of the employer of for work accidents. Modern age. 1900. At the beginning of the century, the first work clinic was founded in Milan. 1914. Technological processes are perfected, appearing new branches of industry and new types of contaminant factors after the health of workers, and England and advances in industrial safety are presented, which visit to the work centers being implemented by state officials, inspectors.
1919. And the International Organization of Work is born with the aim of promoting social justice and improving living and working conditions in the world. The ILO began to celebrate the World Day of Safety and Health at Work.
Colombian History on Health and Safety at Work. 1500 and 1700. The laws of Burgos, New Law, and laws of the Indies are with the purpose of avoiding the mistreatment of the ingenious people were worked by parcels and reduced the number of injuries by this task. José Celestino Mutis, 1763, botanical expedition by José Celestino Mutis, where the flora of the country was studied, which allowed the use of medicinal herbs to cure animals' bites during war in the region. Simon Bolivar, 1708, 3 and 1830. The most perfect system of government is one that produces the greatest amount of happiness possible, the greatest amount of social security, and the greatest amount of stability.
1904. He presents a talk aimed at workers' health municipal care of Bogota. 1910. He asked that workers be compensated for accidents at work. General Rafael Uribe, 1950. We have law 57 of 1915, known as the law of General Rafael Uribe of great importance in relation of the regulation of accidents at work and occupational disease and responsibility of the employer, the 30 class of disability, the pension of survivor and compensation in case of physical limitation caused by work.
(1934). The Occupational Medicine Office, based in Bogota, was created and had as its main activity the recognition of occupational accidents and disease. 1935. The labor legislation is established where the risks of work are discussed and in July 5th of 1936, the law began to govern. Law 53, 1938. Protection is granted to pregnant women between 10 to 8 weeks of pilot at the time of the delivery.
Law 6, 1945. The occupational health legislation is established which constitutes the first law of occupational health standards.
Labor Code 1915. Multiple norms related to occupational health were established such as Labor Day, mandatory rest, benefits, among others. Decree 3170 approves the compulsory social security regulation for accidents at work and occupational disease. 1979 Resolution 2400 of May 22. Ministry of Labor and Social Security will some provision on housing, hygiene, and safety in work establishments are established.
Resolution 2032, June 6, 1986. Article 1. Companies and institutions, public or private, are obligated to form a committee of medicine, hygiene, and industrial safety. 1984. The first national occupational health plan was prepared, which aimed to get the action program of public and private institutions and activities as well as increasing productivity. 1983. Bill Decree 5086, the National Occupational Health Committee is created as product of the initiative and participation of the National Health Committee.
Resolution 1016 of March 31, 1989. Which regulates the organization, operation, and for of occupational health programs. The employers or employers in the country must develop. Minister of Labor and Social and Health Security. 1991 Constitution. It enforces that every person has the right to a job in decent and fair conditions. In Article 49, it establishes that people are guaranteed the services of promotion, prevention, and protection of health. Decree 1609 of July 31 and 2002. Norms are dictated on the organization, administration, and benefits of the general system of professional risks. Article 1, right to benefits. Article 2, temporary disability. And Article 3, amount of economic benefits for temporary disability.
20 and 1003. Get for comprehensive occupational health care based on evidence. The Minister of Social Protection in use of the legal powers, especially thus conferred.
2008 Resolution 1414 Social Protection System. Resolution 2646 July 17th of the Technical. Resolution 3673 of the Technical Regulation for Safety, Work and Aid. Resolution 1918 and 2009, doctors specializing in occupational medicine or occupational health that are part of the medical service of the company will have the costing and custody of the occupational medical history and are responsible for ensuring their comfortability. 2014, by which provision are made for the implementation of the occupational health and safety management system (SGSST). The aforementioned decree becoming the reference to follow in Colombia for the design, implementation and execution of the system.